Today we're going to install Arch Linux the manual way, the one many are afraid of, but it's really not that hard and the Arch Wiki install guide is fantastic. This isn't meant to be a step-by-step guide, it's just to give you a little insight into what installing your first Arch Linux may look like. Alright, let's start our UEFI install. I need to connect to Wi-Fi, so I'm going to type iwctl, and I'm going to use these commands on the Arch Wiki install guide to connect, and verify your Wi-Fi connection. Using fdisk-tac-l, we can see we're going to install the Linux system at nvme on1. We're going to use cfdisk to create the partitions. After deleting the old partitions, we're left with free space. Now create new. 512M for the EFI system, and change the partition type to EFI system. Create a new partition 4G. This one's going to be swap. Change the type to Linux swap. One more new partition. This one's going to be the remainder of the disk, and change the type to Linux file system. Write it. Yes to confirm and quit. And there's our newly created partitions. Create FAT32 file system for partition 1. Initialize swap partition 2, swap on, create ext4 file system on partition 3, yes, gonna sync the repo, mount partition 3 to mount. I'm gonna use pacstrap to install the base packages, the Linux kernel, Linux firmware. Alright, we're gonna generate the FS tab, change root into the new system. I'm gonna set the time zone America, New York, edit the locale, uncomment English US UTF-8, generate the locale config file, create set language variable export, bang, set a host name, add name to hosts, there we go, exit and save, set a password for root, install grub and EFI packages, make directory to mount partition 1 to boot EFI, install bootloader, you want to see that no errors reported, and generate the grub config. I'm going to install a video driver, install Xorg, I'm going to install a base version of the KDE Plasma desktop without bloat, install SDDM display manager. Now we're going to install the network manager, pulse audio, file manager, terminal, enable network manager, enable our display manager, add a user crypto, set a password for crypto, enable sudo privileges for crypto, exit unmount, reboot into the new system. Alright, and log in. Alright, and since we're not psychopaths, we'll apply that dark theme. And there you have it, a very basic Arch Linux install. There's only 586 packages on here. We basically just have Firefox, a terminal, and a file manager. And keep in mind, Arch now offers a guided installer that takes care of a lot of this for you. Check out one of my previous videos.